and they might want to watch it, I can put it on YouTube or something. There we go. Okay, welcome everybody. So excited to have you here today. So I'm going to be teaching you guys today about one of my favorite topics, which is emotions, oils and emotions, emotional wellness. So quick story, I actually had someone say to me, I guess it was probably a year ago, Nat, you're kind of like a man. Like you don't really have emotions. You don't really show your emotions. And I was like, I'm not sure if this is a compliment. I'm not sure how to take this. So I guess it's interesting. You know, I mean, I am such a firm believer that we all have emotions. Being happy 24/7 is not the goal. But literally, I probably am happy genuinely 90% of the time. Like this is just who I am. Positive, outgoing, in your face, all of those things. So I don't think happiness is the goal. I think being genuine and acknowledging how you feel and having the intention to move towards how you want to feel and taking the empowered actions to get there is really important. So I'm going to dive into that a little bit more today when I'm talking to you guys about emotions and emotional wellness. So thank you for joining me today. Open up your chat box. Go ahead and let us know if you want where you are geographically, but mainly let me know how much you already know about oils and specifically oils for emotions. You can say you know a lot, a little, or in between. So I'm totally open to questions, by the way. I really love doing it in this Zoom format. I tend to not do webinar style for oils because I like to see your faces. I love interaction. So totally welcome to add questions or comments in the chat box or even to unmute yourself as we go along. So I'm going to kind of be doing like a power half hour, walking you through some of the essential oils, well, the 5 essential oils in the emotional wellness kit, and sharing with you some stories as well as we go, because stories help us to connect, but they also help us to remember as well. Yay, thank you so much. Amazing. So yeah, let's go back to emotions. I mean, I don't know about you guys, right? Some people are pretty, like they wear their heart on their sleeve. They're super, like, you know where they stand. Other people, like, no joke, like my husband the other day, I was like, babe, I just don't know. Like we'll be out at a amusement park or something with the kids. And I'll be like, I don't know if you're enjoying this or enduring this. Like literally, it's like, I just can't tell. He's like one of those emojis with like, it's just always the same. So whereas for me, it's like, you'll know that I'm like genuinely happy or genuinely pissed off at you because that's just who I am. So I want you to think about yourself and your own emotions. And are you someone that kind of does the old shove them down thing? Or are you someone that just lets them freaking explode all over the place? Like, how do you roll? And secondly, how is that serving you? Like, how is that actually working out for you? I went to a Symphony of the Cells event in Australia last year. I was saying to some of the girls earlier, this is why I bought this amazing massage table behind me. And I remember him saying, burying your emotion or keeping your emotions inside and burying your emotions, welcome to thyroid problems. That's interesting, right? So the guy who was teaching the whole entire session, which I can't even remember his name, type it in the chat box. He's total legend if you do remember, but he was like, burying your emotions, welcome to thyroid problems. I thought that was fascinating. So one of the things I want to highlight today is the link between emotional wellness and physical well-being. If you're here today, you probably already believe in that link. I have this beautiful decor on my shelf, which is, I call it the Olympic rings. It's these golden rings. And often that will symbolize my journey of being a parenting author. So I'm the author of a parenting book, a podcaster from way back in the day before podcasting was cool. And then I started working with women entrepreneurs. And then 4 years ago, so not too long ago, I added an essential oils component to my business because I had all these overwhelmed mothers. And I had all these overworked entrepreneurs that were exhausted and not making the dollars they wanted. And I was like, how can I serve these people better while still actually looking after myself? Because we as people, and often as women, tend to put ourselves last on the priority list under the dog in terms of priority. Like, yeah, give me a hallelujah if that resonates for you. Do you find yourself often putting yourself like super last priority? And I was like, not even joking, under the dog in terms of priority. It's kind of what we do. But I don't want it to be the way that we do things anymore. So I'm hoping today to educate you, to also inspire you to make number one your number one, which means make yourself your number one priority. And part of that is acknowledging your emotions and processing them. The essential oils for me are part of your tool belt to help you with whatever life throws at you. And some challenges in life, we choose them. Like many years ago in 2002, I chose to do the Southern Traverse. I was a multi-sport athlete. I did a 5-day adventure race where the clock did not stop. I chose that challenge, right? Then we have challenges that get thrown at us. You know, some of you might already know my story when my son was 7 and all of a sudden his hair started falling out and he ended up having alopecia. He's 11 now. And so I didn't choose that challenge. And for me, if I didn't have the oils when that happened, I was a mess. And this is me, who's like a man, who doesn't express her emotions, remember? I was like, I couldn't even talk to the teacher without crying. So oils for me became, I don't want to just help everyone. I needed them for me. And that was a big pivotal point for me. So let's get into the content. But what I'm trying to share with you guys is a little bit about me, but really about you. Where do you stand on the emotional thing? How can they serve you in your daily life? And maybe how can you help other people in your life? Because now more than ever, as you know, we're going through crazy times and we're just starting to see the ramifications of that. So let's talk about this amazing kit today. So these are 5 of my favorite oils. I am super over the moon to see them all together in a starter pack that people can get started with. In fact, yesterday I did help somebody get started with this kit exactly. So as you may or may not know, there's 3 ways that we can use oils. Pop it in the chat box. What is one way we can use oils, please? You can say all different things. Pop it in the chat box. One way that we can use oils. Amazing. Topically, diffusing them, aromatically, right. And food additive, yes. Michelle, thank you. Michelle says she's just purchased this particular kit and I'm excited that it got shipped yesterday. I'm excited for you. I'm going to talk about, yes, there's 3 different ways that we can use oils, okay? I'll roll my sleeves up for this part. So basically one of them, of course, is aromatically. So this is aromatic. I'm just smelling it. It's amazing. It's Citrus Bliss. It's one of the classics. And so this is, I'm going to use it aromatically like this as well. Put the oil in my hand, rub my hands together, make a mask. It's not a facial, just breathe it in. It's not a facial mask. We're not rubbing it all over our face. Breathing it in, so incredible. So Citrus Bliss has wild orange in it, but it also has vanilla bean. So wild orange, anything from the trees, anything citrusy from like lemon, lime, tangerine, grapefruit, right? Anything citrusy like that is uplifting and joyful. So it is heading us towards happiness. And then it's got that vanilla bean, which opens the heart and mind. And so it's so amazing. So Citrus Bliss, let me read to you what's in it. Lemon, grapefruit, mandarin, bergamot, the oil of self-belief, right? Which is so the oil for separation anxiety, bergamot, the oil for body self-acceptance, bergamot, so incredible. Tangerine, clementine. So it's got about 5 of those uplifting, joyful oils that I talked about, including, did I say lime? No. Okay, mandarin, tangerine, clementine, right. Happy, 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 and vanilla bean to open your heart and mind. So cool. What an incredible oil. If you haven't smelt it, you guys, definitely get it. So this is Citrus Bliss. It's been around for a long time. doTERRA has been around for over 10 years and probably Citrus Bliss, I imagine, didn't come soon after. So it's one of the classics. I love this oil so much. In fact, anytime previously that I sold people the Home Essentials kit, which by the way is a great starter kit if you're new, I always felt like something was missing and I always wanted them to have an orange. So I'm so happy that this new kit, the emotional kit, has that orange in it. If we were sitting together in a class, I would literally pass this around and you guys could breathe it in yourself. You're just going to have to imagine and trust me on how amazing it is. So that's Citrus Bliss. That's aromatic. The other way to use the oils aromatically, of course, is with the diffuser. This diffuser came out, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. Here's the old one. You can see the improvement. Same size, different color, more gender neutral, which I love. And I love this kind of, it's more of a clay color and it's got this beautiful texture. The other thing I love is this one goes for 2 hours, 6 hours, or 12 hours, which means if you have trouble sleeping or you just want to click it on and not have to fill it up all day long, it can go all day long. So it can go for 12 hours. It goes intermittently, 5 minutes on, 5 minutes off. What we do to start the diffuser, we fill it up with water to the red marker, just plain water from the tap, and then we do 1 drop per hour of oil, okay? So this is where you can do fun math games. So you can go, okay, so I'm gonna, I just wanna have it on for like 6 hours. I don't need it on like for 12 hours. So I'm just gonna have it on for 6 hours. I'm gonna do 6 drops. We say, well, how do I wanna feel? So with the essential oils, always ask yourself, how do I wanna feel? You know what, today I wanna feel like calm, like I'm a little bit, worried about whatever or something. Let's say you're worried about something. I want to be like calm, but I also want to be really focused and get my work done. Okay, great. So for calm, maybe we're going to go, there's a couple of options in the emotional wellness kit. So I'm going to talk you through them as well. Anyone that says focus to me, I usually add a couple drops of peppermint. So you might do 3 drops of one of these and 3 drops of peppermint, plug it in, click the button. You're all set for 6 hours to get your work done and to be calm. So let me tell you about the oils. Lavender Peace. Has anyone heard of Lavender Peace? In America, we call it Serenity. So Serenity, you can imagine, it's like lavender on steroids. So Lavender Peace, again, you can drop it in your hand, you can breathe it in. This is topical use. We would add some coconut oil, and then we rub it on the back of our neck. Now this gets it into our brainstem, this gets it into our system. Also, you can rub the oils on the soles of your bare feet. So that is topically. Now with the oils generally, with topical use, I always say go to the source of the problem. So if you had a sore throat, you're gonna grab On Guard oil, which is not in this kit, but here's my example. And you would use On Guard oil with coconut, and you'd go to the source of the problem, you'd put it here, because you feel like you're getting run down and you're like, oh my glands are swollen. And we're also gonna put it on the soles of our feet. And here's another one you might not know, up and down our spine to get the oils into our system. But generally speaking, back of the neck, soles of the feet, if you can be bothered taking your socks off, good to go. So I'm talking to you about Lavender Peace. Now Lavender Peace, anything with lavender in it is gonna be really calming. We all know lavender is great for sleep, but it's good for so much more. This also has cedarwood, hoe wood, ylang ylang, marjoram, Roman chamomile, vetiver, vanilla again to open that heart and mind, and Hawaiian sandalwood. What a magical blend with so many incredible oils in it. So basically, just to walk you through that generally, remember I talked about the citruses were happiness, joyful up here. Anything from the trees, anything like pine or wood that has the word wood in it is going to be more grounding. It's going to help you to be connected and centered and present. So check out Lavender Peace because it's got cedar, wood, hoe, wood, and sandalwood. So what I'm really accentuating to you guys there is anything that has the word wood in it or frankincense, is very grounding and centering. So that's interesting. So anything from the trees, but not the fruit, the actual tree. So it's going to be, so now we know, okay, well, this has got lavender. It's going to help me be calm and centered and grounded, but it's also got that beautiful vanilla bean. And here's the different thing with Lavender Peace. It's got vetiver in it. Who knows what vetiver is? Pop it in the chat box. How does vetiver help you? What does vetiver do? You didn't know you were coming to a pop quiz, did ya? This has always been one of my faves. So when I first started with oils, Dr. Martha Nestler, she was my client. She was my high-level client. I help women entrepreneurs to get connected and get in the media and grow their business. And she was one of my clients. And I was like, dude, how can I not have seen these oils? Like, how can my kids be 9 years old? Why did I not know about them when Ruby was 9? Like, what is going on? And Lavender Peace was one of my most favorite oils to start with. And I vividly remember I was giving Ruby a massage one night. And those of you that joined early, I said, physical touch is not my love language. I bought this massage table. I do not want to massage strangers. I only want to massage my family. So I was massaging Ruby. She's 9, okay, at the time. She's 13 now. She was 9, and I'm giving her a massage. And I'm like, hey, babe, so do you want like lavender or Lavender Peace? And she's like, I think I want Lavender Peace tonight. Okay, sweetheart. And I'm massaging her. And I'm going, oh my God, Ruby's 9. And I'm pretty sure the last time I massaged her was when I took her to baby massage class when she was 9 months old. No joke. Because like I had another kid and then I had another kid and we had the earthquake and we moved to Auckland and I don't know, how did she turn 9 and I literally never gave her a massage. So it was this pivotal moment for me going like, oh my God, these oils are amazing because not only do they have this impact, because as I'm dripping them up and down her spine and massaging her and she's being all calm, we're having a moment, we're connecting. So they help you to create time and space in your life to connect with yourself or your loved ones who you just haven't been doing that for. And also then, and Steph knows this story because I've told it so many times, but it's such a great story and I always get emotional even though it's a long, old story, so I'm massaging her and she's like, Jessica wasn't very nice today. And I was like, oh. And she starts talking to me and she starts opening up. And we're not looking each other in the eyes. It's not intense. Like I'm massaging her and she's just talking. And I didn't have the massage table. This is just on the bed. after dinner. And so I guess what I want to highlight to you guys is educating yourself and your kids about oils, giving them the empowered choice. Hey, honey, do you want lavender tonight or do you want lavender peace? And then just seeing what happens in those moments and creating a ritual, because I always was just so busy with her younger brother, right? Or reading to him, but she knew how to read, so I just wasn't spending the time on her. So the oils became a ritual for us to spend time together for her to open up. So that was pretty amazing. So that's not why I love lavender peace so much, but it's one of the reasons you can see how it's been really pivotal. And of course, yeah, now she's 13. She loves the oils. They all love the oils, but they didn't always love them. My middle child was quite resistant at the start. I'll talk about him in a moment. All right, we're moving on. Thank you for talking about vetiver. Vetiver is calming. It calms a busy brain. Yes, helps you to sleep. So vetiver is from the roots actually of the plant, and they take, I think it's 8 months to grow to be ready to be harvested. Now doTERRA, which is such an amazing company, it means gift of the earth in Latin, doTERRA, gift of the earth. Now they said to the farmers, listen, you know, it needs to stay on the ground for 8 months to get the full potency. But we know that you know, we'll pay you, we'll pay you the right amount of money, but you need to not pull it out at 6 months. It needs to go for 8 months. So it's such an amazing story because doTERRA has such an amazing relationship with the partners that we call it co-impact sourcing, who they partner with to source the oils from where they grow best. So vetiver, because it takes so blinking long to grow, when you open up the bottle and tip it upside down, you'll be like, hello, because it just is so thick. It takes forever to drip out of the bottle. And that's what happens in your mind. Like it slows down a busy mind. Now, someone like me, total go-getter, totally hyper, like I need vetiver, like, you know, I need to bathe in vetiver. So vetiver is so great for people like me that are not amazing sleepers. And it's like vetiver on the soles of the feet, up and down the spine, and in the diffuser. So one of the reasons I love lavender peace so much is because I don't love the smell of vetiver on its own, but when it's mixed with lavender peace, it's just magic. Like it's just incredible. Thank you so much, Steph, adding that 50% of the oils are sourced in developing countries, which is very cool too. You know what else is super cool? If you guys don't know about the Source to You, on the bottom of every single bottle, you can go to sourcetoyou.com and you can type in the number and it will tell you the country that it came from and the batch that that specific bottle was made in. So that's pretty cool too. All right, let's move on. I've got 3 oils to go. Does anyone have any questions so far? Are you okay with my pace? Because I'm very fast, I know. Any questions coming up? I'm going to save the best for last. Okay, we're going to go to balance. This is, again, one of the classics. Now, remember I said I don't love all the oils the same. I've never been completely in love with balance, although I do know some people absolutely adore it. For me, maybe it's because I'm Kiwi, like genetically I am Kiwi. My parents and my great grandparents and everyone's born in New Zealand, but my parents happened to move to Canada and have 3 beautiful daughters and I'm the middle child. So I am Canadian, but I'm actually genetically a Kiwi. So Douglas fir, this is where I'm going with my story. Douglas fir is my absolute love. So is Roman chamomile, but balance is like, you know, it's awesome, but I don't love it as much as Douglas fir. But anyway, balance, remember, anything from the trees is grounding. So let's have a look at balance. And by the way, if you drip balance into like a Rolly bottle, if you were making up your own one, it's this beautiful bluey kind of green color. It's really, really pretty. So it's got spruce, camphor, and osmanthus. I don't know what matriculae is. So basically you're looking at, again, with balance, we call it the grounding blend. It's known as the grounding blend. Now balance helps you to be present and centered and calm. So you have to imagine, you know, sometimes when people give you advice and they'll say, you know what, take off your socks and walk barefoot in the grass, like go and just connect with the earth. Well, that's kind of what you can do with balance. You're bringing the outdoors in. You can put balance on the soles of your feet. When I started my doTERRA journey, because remember, Martha was my client, that's one reason. I wanted to help and have way more impact and more leverage in my business. That's another reason. But I was that mom who would wake up and I'd be like, oh my God, how many hours of broken sleep did I not have last night? Like I was totally living in the should zone. Like I should have more sleep and I was really frustrated about it. And I would roll out of bed and I'd go and make the school lunches, but I'd have this kind of energy of rah, you know, a little bit of resentment going on. And so for me, balance was the oil that I was like, hang on. before I put on my mama hat, I'm just going to take some time for number one right now, right? I'm just going to like balance in my hand, breathe it in. Breathe it in again, rub it on my neck with the coconut oil, put it on the soles of my feet. I would make it a daily ritual. I would make myself make it a daily ritual to take time for me. And then I would put on my mama hat and go and help make school lunches. Now I wake up at like 7:30 and the kids already made their lunches and I just like stand there having a coffee. So it's awesome. I'm in the honeymoon stage of parenting, which is so good. Bernadette, you'll get there one day. My kids right now are 9, 11, and 13. And my 9-year-old just asked if he could have an earring. And I'm super into gender equality. So I was like, hell yeah, you can get that earring. Whereas my husband's like, oh, you might regret it. I'm not really sure. Anyway, he got the earring. So that's cool. So what I'm saying here with you guys is balance is such a great oil. Balance is such a great oil for grounding and being present and centered, especially if that's not your normal way to live. Okay, so that's balance. Thank you, Erin and Shell. We adore balance. Use it every day in our house. Yes, and of course, you guys, it's amazing in the diffuser as well. And again, you can mix them, you can mix and mingle these oils, but you don't have to, because all of these oils I'm talking about are all blends, which means yes, they're pure, they're 100% pure, but they've all been blended together with a number of different oils, which I keep reading out on the bottles. So you don't have to mix them, but you totally can. Like if you go, well, Nat, I want to be like grounded, but I also want to be happy. Can I actually put something grounding with something uplifting? Yeah, totally. Because you're going to be happy and centered. Like, doesn't that sound amazing? So you always come back to, how do I want to feel? How do I want to feel? And I love that question, because I think so often we just go through the motions. We're just so busy being busy. We don't say to ourselves, actually, how do I want to feel? And we can get stuck in how we do feel and how we don't want to feel. But how do we want to feel? That's why I talk a lot about empowered choices and intentional actions. Oh, balance and wild orange, hashtag tantrum tamer. Thank you, Bernadette. Love it. Let's go to a perfume. This is Elevation, also known as the Joyful Blend. Elevation, I use it as a pure fume, and I'm saying that on purpose, pure fume, like perfume, right? And the idea with that is it doesn't have toxic chemicals like a lot of perfume does, okay? This is what I do with Elevation, because I'm like lazy. Put my finger on it, shake it, good to go. And I just go like this. So I do usually a lot of networking, a lot of meetings in person. I love people. I'm a total extrovert. And even though I don't love physical touch a lot, I am a hugger. And so when I meet someone normally in non-COVID times, I want to smell nice. And if I've been driving to a meeting and rushing, I don't want to smell like sweat or whatever. So Elevation is like your secret weapon to smelling amazing. Actually, all the oils. When you start using oils, you guys, everyone will tell you how amazing you smell all the time. I'm so used to it. People are like, oh my God, you smell so amazing. And I go, I know, right? It's my oils. And it's a conversation starter. But for me, Elevation is an amazing perfume, but it's so much more than that. It is really good if you have anyone in your life that feels actually really quite low, not very enthused, maybe a little bit flat. Elevation is a great one for them. I would probably couple it with frankincense. If they're going down the road of feeling a little bit more lower than usual. But Elevation can be used, of course, in the diffuser. You can make it up in your own little rolly bottle blend if you wanted to, or you can just use it like this. Of course, when you do the oils topically, you're meant to add coconut. But like I said, sometimes I just do the finger thing. But ideally, if you're going to be rubbing it on your body, you do want to dilute it with coconut oil. Because of course it's going to make your oils last way longer, and the coconut oil helps to dilute them. When we're using oils with children, we want to kind of double dilute, or even also with elderly people who have thinner skin, right? Whereas the children are usually smaller than us, although my 11-year-old is heavier than me and my 13-year-old is taller than me. But usually with kids, we want to kind of double dilute. And I can tell you a little bit about making up a rolly blend if you want, but we generally say 1 drop of oil per year of age. So remember how we did 1 drop of oil in the diffuser per hour? So it's kind of easy to remember because you're doing 1 drop of oil per year of age for child. Does anyone have an empty rolly bottle they can hold up to show? I can grab one if you want. But basically, if you've got a 13-year-old, you can do 13 drops. I'm turning 47 this month. I don't do 47 drops. I usually would do like 40 for an adult or maybe 30, depending. So I hope that's helpful. So with these oils, you guys, I would say you can make up your own Rolly blends. And all you need to do is buy the coconut oil and get some empty Rolly bottles. Okay, so that's elevation. We're on to our last oil from this Fab 5 kit of oils in the emotional wellness starter pack that just came out this month, which is so exciting. Adaptiv. I imagine lots of you guys on my call today have already seen this oil. You've already heard about it. It's so exciting. It's been out in America for a long time, but now we can get it from New Zealand and from Australia, which means we're not paying crazy American shipping, tax at the border, and all things like that. So Adaptiv is incredible. It's known as the Tranquil blend. I will talk about prices at the end. And if you're brand new here today, I will also talk about how you can order. Definitely just go back to the person who invited you on this amazing call today, and you can say to them, listen, I want to get that kit, or I don't know if the emotional kit is for me, but I want to get something else. What do you recommend? You can go back to whoever invited you, but I can definitely share with you some prices to get an idea. So Adaptiv is the Tranquil blend. It comes as a roll-on blend that, sorry, I don't have it here with me, but I do have Jasmine. So it comes as a roll-on blend that looks like that, which is about 32 New Zealand. I don't know the Australian. It'll be something similar, $30. And then also it comes like this. So obviously when they come in this 15 mil, it's 250 drops per bottle. So if you do the math of 1 drop per hour, it's going to last you a long time. And of course, it depends how often you use it, right? And if you're going to dilute it with coconut oil, again, it depends how often you're going to use it. But basically what I'm saying is this is amazing. So this is known as the Tranquil blend. Adaptiv helps you adapt to times of change. And we are all going through, as we all know, a massive time of change at the moment. But COVID aside, it's always handy. There's always something going on. Like your kid didn't make the sports team, or your husband hates his job, or like your friend's marriage is breaking up, whatever. Like everybody needs to adapt. So everybody, I think, can definitely benefit from having Adaptiv. So I'm going to read to you the ingredients and in this oil, because again, like the others, it's a blend. Okay, we've got orange peel, happiness; lavender, calm. We've got copaiba, which is the brother sister to cannabis oil. It comes from Brazil. It helps people, I say to people, it's like having a glass of wine without the haziness. So it helps you to just be a little bit like chill, like it's all calm your farm, as my kids would say. So just to be a little bit more chill, it's all good. And then we add in spearmint oil, the oil of confident speech. If you have people in your life that don't say what they want, or they feel like, oh, I don't want to be a burden, or, you know, I don't want to be too pushy or whatever, spearmint can help them actually vocalize how they're feeling and what they want, which is so good. My philosophy is if everyone just said what they wanted, the world would be a better place. More on that later. Magnolia, the oil of compassion. So if you have someone in your life, or you are a little bit judgy pants on yourself or somebody else, Magnolia is the oil for you. It does come in a roll-on oil. I always touch my heart. You can roll Magnolia on your heart. The oil of compassion. Like, you know what? I did do a good job. You know what? I did try my best. And if you have a kid in your life, or a partner that is really hard on themselves, you know, those people that like beat themselves up a lot, Magnolia. And that's why Adaptiv is so amazing. It has all these complete gem oils in it. But we're not finished yet. Rosemary for memory. So if you want to be like focused and still navigating the times of change, you've got your rosemary. Bitter orange, also known as neroli, the oil of connection. I always do this as well when I talk about neroli, because I always roll neroli up and down my arm, and then I do this. I don't know why. It's just what I do with neroli. Neroli is bitter orange, so it's one of the citruses, but it's kind of deeper. It's like the oil of connection. It can help you connect back to who you are and what you want. It can help you reconnect in your relationships as well. It's incredible. So all of these oils are in here. Who's excited about Adaptiv? It's so incredible, and it smells incredible. I actually made up my own little samples, and here it's just this little tiny blue bottle, and I made up this little card that I include because, I mean, who doesn't need Adaptiv right now? And so I made up this little card, and I would either put Adaptiv oil or green mandarin, the oil of pure potential, in. And I said, I'm on a mission to massively raise the state of resilience, health, and happiness in New Zealand and on a global scale, because that's my mission. I do that by helping people who help the people. I do that by helping the people who help the people, because I work with women in business, speakers and entrepreneurs and mothers, to help you amplify your impact and your wellness. So please enjoy your sample of Adaptiv or Green Mandarin 100% pure plant-based essential oils. And then I go on to tell you guys about Adaptiv to help you adapt to life's changing circumstance. And it's a blend of lavender, magnolia, neroli, wild orange, spearmint, and copaiba essential oils. So Adaptiv is definitely an oil for now. Like, this is what people are needing in their life. So if you're new to oils, definitely get it. If you've been in love with oils for a while, please go ahead and tell other people. If people don't know about it, they just don't know. And if we can help them add oils to their tool belt to help them with whatever life's throwing at them, it's going to make it a lot easier for people to navigate these very, very interesting times. Thank you, Bernadette. Magnolia also has a higher linalool content than lavender, so it can be very calming. You know, it's funny with magnolia, like a lot of people say it has the same properties, similar properties to lavender, but it smells nothing like lavender. So if you meet someone, and you all will, who go, oh no, I don't like lavender, it reminds me of my grandma or whatever, people always say that, you go, well, you know what, smell magnolia. And by the way, with magnolia, it grows on you. You might smell it at first and be like, ugh, but it grows on you. And magnolia, you know, like elevation, like jasmine, is one of those pure fumes as well. I use magnolia as a perfume, and I'll put it on my pulse points, or I'll put it here before I go into a meeting. But it also has that compassion component to it. Michelle, I really need to get my elevation out and use it. Yes, when I have so many, it's the one that gets left in the drawer. It's an interesting one because it's very strong. Like, it's quite feminine, if I have to generalize. It's like, whoa, like, it's pretty intense. It will last you a long time. You don't need very much. That's the thing with these oils, you guys. I was on a call with someone in America this morning. He's in Florida. And he was like, well, what's the difference between these oils and me going down to like Walmart or whatever? And I was like, dude, like every product, you know, or there's oils and there's oils, right? I said, doTERRA is like, not only have they been around the longest, but they are 100% pure, and they test their oils 3 different ways by a third-party testing. And so you know that you're going to get quality, no synthetics, no additives, no pesticides, no crap, just awesome, awesome oils. And you can trust doTERRA. And so he was just like super excited to get started with oils. And of course I said, well, how do you want to feel? Like, what's going on for you? And he said, what did he say? He said, focus and fatigue. So people will say to you, you know, these are my main priorities. And then I just find the oils to suit him and his children, etc. Oh, interesting, Aaron and Shell. It took 1 year for magnolia to grow on us, but you love it now, right? They're like, yeah, kind of. No, it's very, very cool. Okay, amazing, you guys. There you go. That is my power session, a power half hour, bringing you the emotional wellness kit. I'm going to tell you the price. I can't remember. I'll have to double check in my image, or you guys can go ahead if you guys know the price. I'll just check. I've got an image of it somewhere in here. I think it's 230 or something like that in New Zealand. Maybe somebody can type the price in the chat box for me. And I'm going to let you know if you're brand new today. Is anyone brand new today? And if you are, please just let us know in the chat who invited you along. But I'll talk to you about really quickly about how to get started with essential oils. So if you were to meet with any of us, you know, or me in person, we often will use this to teach. And we talk about what are the oils and how is doTERRA different, and we'll talk you through a couple of the different products and things. Well, today we've really focused on the emotional side of things, which, as you know, but you can definitely get started with wherever you're at in terms of your budget and your priority. So if emotions is your priority, definitely I would be like, dude, get the emotional wellness kit. And by the way, I would say for sure, throw in for $19. It's the best $19 you're ever going to spend, or however much it costs in Australia. Get coconut oil from doTERRA, because it will make your oils last way longer, and then you can safely use them topically as well. Nobody has got the price for me. I'm just going to go. I can look at the image. I just don't want to leave you hanging. Go ahead and ask any questions if you've got any more questions. Okay, so it's 310 Australian. Is that the wholesale price? So with doTERRA, if you get started with the kit, you're going to get your doTERRA account for 1 year, so 12 months of having the wholesale prices, which is so super amazing because you're going to get 25% off the retail price for 12 months. Anytime you buy, you don't have to buy all the time, but a lot of people do. The smartest way to buy with doTERRA is to order, to make it part of your everyday wellness and to jump on, I call it the loyalty train, and get something coming to your door once a month, and you can earn points and you can use those points to get free oils. That's definitely an amazing way to do it. So otherwise, if you don't want to get started with a whole starter kit and you want to do more of a pick and mix order, in New Zealand, it's $40. In Australia, it's 35 or something like that, to get your wholesale account. And then you just do a pick and mix order. Like you might go, Nat, I love the sound of Elevation and Citrus Bliss. I don't really want the other ones, but holy moly, can you please order me the Jasmine? And I also want frankincense because I know it's so incredible. So can you do, can I get that? And so that would be more of a pick and mix order because it doesn't quite fit into one of the exact kits. So those are basically your two options to get started. Like I said, just go back to the person that invited you. So for you guys in Aussie, it's 226. And for us Kiwis, I will find the price for you. In fact, I texted it to someone the other day. So that's going to be my easiest way to find it. I texted her the image and here it is. 226 in Aussie, 252 in Kiwi, plus $10 for your shipping straight to your door, and doTERRA will give you that back in points, so you'll get 10 points into your cart that you can spend in a future order. So that's pretty amazing. Does anyone have any questions either on emotions and wellness, or the 5 specific oils that I covered today, or the kind of how-to, like how to get. Thank you everyone for helping me with the prices. Any questions, go ahead. You can unmute yourselves. In fact, I'm gonna come back so I can see everyone's faces all together, gallery view. Does anyone want to unmute themselves and ask? Oh, Kim, yay, I'm so glad you can make it. Any questions, you guys? Hey, Barbara, good to see you. Laura, you look so busy. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Michelle, good to see you again. Yay. All right, anyone want to unmute themselves and ask or share their own story? You might have a story about balance or citrus bliss or anything. No stories, everyone's got it all figured out. Thank you so much. One thing I will mention, thanks for the reminder, Steph. If you guys, anyone who's getting started this month or not even getting started, just doing an order, if you order 200 points worth of oils, so all the oils have a point value, it's not exactly $1 per point, but generally $200 worth of oils, let's say it's going to be around $250, you will get this month in September, if you do a 200 point order, it has to be a single order. You can't order like 3 separate times that mathematically adds up to 200. If you do an order, whether it be a standard order or a loyalty order, you're gonna get this month, you're gonna get Copaiba soft gels. Now remember I talked about Copaiba from Brazil, the brother sister to cannabis oil. The wine that's not wine, right? The chill out oil. Now that comes as a soft gel in a container. You're going to get that for free. You're also going to get Copaiba, the 15 ml Copaiba for free, and a little 5 ml yellow mandarin. Now remember, anything citrusy is happy and joyful. So you're going to be happy and you're going to be like totally chill. How cool is that? And I don't even know what the dollar value savings is on that, but I would say probably $100 that you're going to get for free. So pretty awesome. Now and then what doTERRA does every month is they do a special promo where if you spend a certain amount, you get a free oil. Now, normally you have to be on the loyalty rewards for that. But for this one, the 200 point special, you don't have to be on loyalty. Anyone that orders 200 points this month is going to get those 3 things for free, which is super amazing. And if you are on loyalty, you are also going to get the product of the month, which is Aroma Touch, which brings me back to my massage table. You don't have to use it in a massage, but it is a really, really great oil to do massage with, which I do recommend connecting with people in your life using massage. Awesome. I love the kind of behind the scenes over here, watching you guys package up your goodies. All right, any questions, you guys, before we wrap it up? Thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, I'm saving this video, so if you guys want to share it with people, I can send you the link and you can just send it out to your peeps. I hope that's been helpful. They're in the school cans.
Yes, helpful.
Great.
And Natalie, I was using the citrus bliss with peppermint and what is it called, cedarwood, every morning, and that really set me for the day.
I love that you mentioned that. So remember, you guys, I said I wake up in the morning, I do some oils for me. Well, actually, I do my oil skincare, and then the first thing I do with my oils really is the diffuser. It's my total go-to. And I do you're awake and you're happy about it. So I kind of go peppermint, you're awake and you're happy about it. Citrus bliss. And that's like my morning recipe, you know, and it's in the diffuser. If anyone's feeling run down, like they're getting a sore throat, I'm popping some On Guard in there as well. And what that does is the diffuser helps you to take care of everyone in your home. So now here's the difference. Some people say to me, Nat, well, can't I just go to Kmart and get a diffuser? I'm like, you could, but why would you? Because our diffusers are ionic, which means that they kind of vibrate at this different level where the oils are not going to, and we're not humidifying the room. We're not like adding mildew to our house, right? It goes into the air, and what happens is the oils get absorbed into your nose through breathing, but also through your skin. And so that way we're getting the oils into our system. So if you have anyone in your home that's a little bit like just resistant to oils, like my husband loves cooking with oils, but he's never going to drop them in his hands and like breathe it in. Like it's just not, after 4.5 years, he's just not going to do that. But he will use the muscle rub. He will definitely cook with the oils, and I will sneakily creep them into his body through the diffuser. So, that's really part of my morning routine, Kim, is that whole awake and happy, click, click, got the diffuser going in the kitchen. When I first got started with oils, Martha said to me, Nat, you're going to get so sick of carrying that diffuser around your house. I have 3 kids. They each have their own bedroom. We have 5 diffusers in the house now, probably 6. So I don't like to unplug it and carry it around. Anyone else in that same boat? You bought a couple more? Right. I was talking to someone. You are kidding me. You win the prize. And there are a couple of other different diffusers. Of course, you guys, we have like, well, it's sold out, the elephant diffuser. Back in the day, we had the whale. There's also the Lumo. There's a couple of other diffusers, but I think the petal diffuser is the classic, and I definitely prefer this look to that look. And it's so amazing because it does that 2, 6, or 12 hours. I have one child that likes the light on. I have another child that likes the light off. So you can just roll whichever way you like to roll. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this topic, and I will catch you next time. Until then, remember to up your brave, say what you want, and make it happen.